will be better, right? I think so. Yeah, hello, my name is Elizabeth, but you can call me Liz. In today's video, we're going to be talking about heaven's official blessings. So if you want to see that, keep on watching. But first, let's get it.
Do this shit until they murder me.
So I tried to do like my ponytail like his, but like his I think is more like this way, but my hair isn't long enough to do that, and I added like the little butterfly embellishments. I don't have any silver butterflies, I only have gold. We can do what we can do. I also try to do my eye makeup, but like me, it's okay. Nothing to be like, yes, I should try my best to say gaga, 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 gaga. Okay, that's it. Alright, so in today's video, like I said, we're going to be talking about heaven's official blessing. I finished it. I loved it. There's apparently a season 2 in the works. There's also a live action in the works. They look beautiful. I love it. Yes. Heaven's official blessing, just like Modao Sushi, aka The Untamed, and the Scumbag Self-Serving System are all based on the Donghua, I believe, by Mo Xiang Tongshu. So that's the author, and reportedly they're in the midst of doing a fourth one, so maybe we'll get a fourth one. The official name is Heaven Official's Blessing. The Chinese is Tian Guang Shi Fu. It is a Chinese, although I believe they're also doing a Japanese version soon. Because when I was searching up like the names of who the actors were, there were the Japanese names. So I think they have a Japanese version too, but in this one I'm just going to be talking about the Chinese version. It is available on Netflix currently, which is where I saw it. It has 12 episodes. Each episode is about 25 minutes long, plus a special. 11 episodes plus the special, making it 12 episodes. It aired between October 2020 until January 2021. It is an action, adventure, historical, drama, supernatural type of genre. So like always, I'll talk about the characters and then the synopsis and then my final thoughts. Shijak. So like a character is just like in any other anime, donghua, manhwa, whatever. There's a bunch of characters, especially in this one. But I'm just going to be talking about our two main ones and the three who I feel like we see in almost all the episodes. But like I said, there's other characters in each episode, and based on each episode we focus on like a different new character and like their backstory. So let's start with Xie Lian. So he is voiced by Zhang Guangtao. I apologize because my Chinese sucks. He is voiced by Jiang Guangtao. He is basically our main protagonist. He is his royal, or was his royal highness, the martial god, and he was known as the crown prince of Xianle. And then he ascended 3 times into the heavenly realms, and currently when we meet him, he is a scrap collecting god. And then we have Cheng, aka Sanlang, aka Crimson Rain Salt Flower. So he is the other protagonist that we follow. He is voiced by Ma Shengzhang, and he is basically the Ghost King. He is one of the 4 calamities, known as the Crimson Rain Salt Flower. And then I'm going to be talking about the people in the heavenly realm, which is who we meet in the Donghua, I want to say. So it's gonna be Fu Yao. He is voiced by Hu Liang Wei, and he is basically a subordinate of Mu Qing, and Mu Qing was once upon a time guard of Xianle when he was the crown prince of Xianle. Xie Lian when he was the crown prince of Xianle. Often accompanies Xie Lian and then Sanlang into basically these adventures that Xie Lian goes to. And then we have Nan Feng, which is the other accompaniment, who is voiced by Wen Sen, who is the subordinate of Feng Xin. And Feng Xin, just like Mu Qing, were guards of Xie Lian back when he was a crown prince. The last one that I will be talking about is going to be Ling Wen, who is voiced by Huang Ying. And she is basically the civil goddess in the heavenly realm. She's the one that I feel like actually respects Taisha Dianxia. She always calls him Dianxia. She's the one who listens to him. I like her. I don't like everyone else in the heavenly realm, so could go. But you know, I appreciate her. You know, like Wormson about stuff. So we appreciate her. She also looks like she hasn't slept in years. But yeah. So those are basically other characters that I'll be talking. Like I said, there's like a bunch of episodes, and each episode has like we meet Pei Ming and then like all the other Peis and like yeah. But like meh, they're just there for like 1 or 2 episodes, whatever. So on to the plot. Think of it this way: the heaven strikes, lightning thunders, a heavenly light shines upon, and then we meet Xie Lian with an apologetic smile, for he has ascended to the heavenly realms 800 years later for the 3rd time. So the first time he ascended into the heavenly realm, he was still a prince, the crown prince of Xianle, and he was the martial god. Now 300 years later, he ascends for a 3rd time, and he's a scrap collecting god. All the gods really like look down on him, but his ascension is very powerful, breaking a lot of stuff. So because he breaks a lot of stuff, he is in a tremendous amount of debt. But my poor man Xie Lian, you know, has been a scrap collector and he has no money. So Ling Wen, bless her soul, she's like, go on missions, get merits, pay your debt, basically. So Xie Lian goes on a mission because in a part of where they live, a person, a ghost, something has been killing brides on their way to their wedding. It is up to him to be like, what's going on? How can we fix this? So he goes. Halfway there, he like, Ling Wen is like, yeah, I have like 2 people that are gonna help you. Good luck. Use them well. So Xie Lian gets Fu Yao and Nan Feng. Now these 2 are like super protective over Xie Lian because he's like super sweet, super like, how do I explain it? He believes in the good of people even though life has treated him like shit, but he still believes in the good of people. So they go, they investigate, and they come up with this plan because the ghost that they think is a ghost, they figure out that, okay, he's taking newlywed brides or soon-to-be wives, pretty ones, and he's killing them. So they come up with a plan, all 3 of them, along with the help of this one girl that helps them make Xie Lian into a pretty bride. They take him, okay, this is our plan, we're gonna fool the ghost and then, you know, we're all gonna knock him out. So basically, they go. Xie Lian is in a carriage. He hears the sounds of a little girl saying how
the bride is happy with a smile. She's gonna get her eyes gouged.
A bunch of zombies attack them, and then a handsome stranger dressed all in red comes and takes them away. They slowly walk through a forest dripping with blood, with a little red umbrella on top of both of them. And then as fast as this man appears, he dissipates into a bunch of silver butterflies, leaving Xie Lian confused. They figure out that it wasn't actually a male ghost who was killing the wives because he was jealous, but it was actually one of, I believe it's the senior Pei Ming. One of his, like when he was a human, he was a playboy on trash. He basically like was having a fling with this girl, and she was a general from the opposite. Like when they were at war, she was the general of the opposite one. He seduced her, they had a fling, then he was like, nah, you're too clingy for me, like I don't do clingy, and he dumped her and she never got over it. So she was the one that was killing the brides because she was jealous because she was never gonna get that with Pei Ming. So they figure out all of that. He goes back, makes his own little temple, and then on the way there he meets a handsome 3rd young son named Xianle. So Xianle is basically the 3rd son of a family. He was quote unquote kicked out of his house. You know, he didn't have a place to stay. Xie Lian, bless his soul, being the nice person that he is, he was like, yeah, you can just stay with me, you know. And yeah, he basically stayed with him at night. Like, who does that? Like, you met this handsome stranger and you're like, you know what? You have nowhere to go. You can stay at my house. My anxiety ass for den ass could never. But you know, Xie Lian is a nice person. He seems like, you know, he can defend himself. And all throughout this, like, Fu Yao and Nan Feng, they're all trying to figure out, like, okay, who is this Xianle? Like, they try to test him. They try to see if he's a ghost, a god. Like, who are you? Why are you with Xie Lian? And in the end, Xie Lian is like, ghost or not, he's my friend. He has been protecting me. He, like, the crimson rain sought flower why would he have all this free time to just come hang out with scrap collector god like me? Like, you know, why? And yeah, they solve that case. They go back. He goes back to his like little temple with Xianle. He wakes up and he thinks it's gonna be just another normal day. He finds he has a little necklace with a ring, which is actually Hua Cheng's slash Xianle's ashes. A ghost can die in this like mythology. A ghost can die if his ashes are burnt. So obviously the ashes are the #1 top thing that a ghost can have, and Hua Cheng gave them to Xie Lian. And then we kind of get this like little background at the end where it's like all these things that they both went through, and it's like given from Xie Lian's perspective, because we see Hua Chen's real face with like the eye patch instead of like the Xianle useful look. And that's how 11 episodes plus the special ends. Like, I'm excited for season 2 because like I started reading the donghua. I started reading the book, you know, and now they have the English translations, which I ordered on freaking Barnes and Noble, so I'm gonna be reading that too. But like Hua Cheng and Xie Lian, like Hua Cheng waited for Xie Lian for 800 years. That is true love, boo boo. After I read that, I was like, after I saw that, I went to like to see the whole thing, and oh my god, they're like star-crossed lovers. It's like, I'm so excited for season 2. I'm excited for the live action. I've seen little pictures here and there, and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. But yeah, my final thoughts. It's a very like, it has comedy. It has some real life issues, like Pei Ming, the senior, is such an asshole because he's like, ooh, you know, you're from the enemy lines, like you're so brave and hot. Let me just. But he's like a total asshole. And then General Pei Jr. isn't much better. Like, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, Hua Cheng is so loyal to Xie Lian. He's always like trying to protect him. He's always trying to, you know, look out for him. And Xie Lian is just so adorable because he's always like so happy. And even though life has been fucking shit to him, like he ascended 3 times. 3 times, and now he's known as a scrap collecting god. Everyone in the heavenly realms looks down on him except my girl Ling Wen. Like, what the heck, man? This man just has like a few questions, and yet you can't stop your yay merits for you to answer them. Ugh, annoying is what I say. But yes. So, question. Have you ever seen Heaven's Official Blessing? Have you ever read the manhua, the donghua? Did you also order them on Barnes & Nobles like I did? I ordered volume 1 and volume 2 of both, of all 3 of them, of Modao Sushi, Tiangguang Shifu, and the self-serving system. Who's your favorite character? I feel like my favorite character is still Xie Lian because like he is so happy. Like he keeps such a positive attitude. Like they asked, like he himself said, like, isn't it better to remember that beautiful steamed bao that I just ate than something tragic that happened to me 500 years? Like, isn't that better? And I'm like, oh, he's so nice. Also, like, find yourself a man, a woman, whatever, a person, a partner that is as loyal as Xianle is to him. Like, he waited 800 years for him, and now he has him, and he's like, I'm excited. Comment and like, subscribe to my channel for more random shit, because that's what I'm here for, folks. And yeah, bye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.